In the year 2714, a new squad of operatives was chosen by the College of Illusion. These fools promptly went on to frustrate their DM at every opportunity. Today, still working together, because really, who else would work with them? They survive as adventurers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the Second Breakfast Club.
Tony Kinney as Eddie Falzone.
Jess Owen as Adira Glow.
Michael Cole as Uorag.
Jesse Wicks as Bill Quiverlance.
Nico Rodriguez as your DM.
Welcome back to the continuing tales of A Fool's Quest.
When last we left our heroes, they left the town of Patience and they headed across the bay, the Harbinger Bay, to go up to Outcast Isle, where they decided to scale the Cliffs of Insanity to be able to go up and get to Niano's Asylum to kind of go through a back doorway to get to Chagrin, which is where they assume Magnus Devlin is. They wanted to be able to go this route because they were afraid that Magnus Devlin would hurl fireballs at them from a distance, which he was going to. So to get past that, they went up this giant cliff, and now they're heading down toward the castle of Chagrin. While they were climbing, they had to fight a pelican who swallowed Adira whole. They ended up saving her, but not before some of her stuff turned gold. And then they found some gold in the nest. They finished scaling, and then they got to the top where they found the grounds of Niano's Asylum. As they passed through Niano's Asylum, they discovered that there are some specters who were wandering about the grounds, and they seem to be non-hostile, and they appear to be working out scenes like behaviors, reading books, picking flowers. The doctors were assessing their patients, so on and so forth. Bill recounted the tales that he has about Niano's Asylum and where it came from, and then Eddie said that they should venture inside to take a peek around and see what they can find out. Surrounding the property was a 4-foot stone wall that was still intact, despite everything else in the grounds looking like it's falling apart. And there were runes on there that were etched in it that were containment runes. So as they entered through the front door of Niano's Asylum, the entire world went dark. The entire interior of the building went dark, even though there are busted open windows and it is daylight outside. It is just like nighttime now as they're walking through these creepy halls.
So I want to detect magic. Is the nighttime thing, is this an illusion or is it something else going on, is what I want to figure out. Which, that's a 10 on the dice.
Okay. It is an illusion.
I'm going to dispel it.
Okay.
That's what, intelligence check, right?
Yep. And some smaller illusion things I let you dispel for free, but this one's going to be big.
This is nat 12.
Oh, nat 12. Roll it again.
Nailed it.
9.
Okay, but no, still, nat 12 is fine. So what mystical way do you dispel this?
I look around and I realize it's an illusion, and I just snap my fingers. And as I do, it just dispels in a wave from that finger, from me, just poof.
Okay. Everything poofs away, and you see, just like I said, kind of a rundown asylum, like something you might see in a scary movie. Cobwebs everywhere. There's a cart. There's some empty beds, long hallways. But it's a pretty... There's not like a lot of rubbish and stuff down on the ground, right? Like there's some broken glass from the shards of window that have come inside. But for all intents and purposes, it's a medical facility, and so it's pretty well maintained. Everything was taken care of and in its rightful places.
Clear.
Yep, pretty clear hallways.
Corridors.
Yep.
Spectre's still around?
You can see a couple specters coming in and out of the hallways, yes.
Do they seem to react to me dispelling that at all?
With a nat 12, they do not.
All right. I think this is the House of Shadows. I just made that up. But I'm going to be its master.
I was going to say, are you going to steal it like we did the other house?
Shadow and flame.
Yes.
I delved too deep. All right, I'm going to walk on down in. Find what are we in, like a reception kind of area?
Yep.
Or we'll go up to the reception desk or whatever there and just poke around. Are there like files or any kind of
a specter of their Janine?
There are some files and stuff. There's some filing cabinets and whatnot behind it that you could go rummage through.
I'm going to tell the specter at the desk that she's fired, and then I'm going to go start rummaging. Just see if I can find out. Let's see. First, I want to know, like, is there anything? Just because, as far as we know, no one ever left this asylum. Right? Like, that's the legend, is that people came here and never left. So see, like, is there anything valuable? Is there any kind of treasury, armory, anything like that in this place that I can determine just from what's at the reception desk, I suppose?
Yeah.
Is that intelligence check?
Yep.
11.
Okay, within 11. All right, you're going to find out two things within 11. First, there is what they call the coat room. It is where they store the possessions of the people when they got checked in here. So there's a chance there might be something valuable in there, but you don't know. It really kind of depends. Knee-jerk reaction would be to say that probably not a ton of valuable stuff in here, just simply because if there was something valuable, then when they got sent here, it was probably kept by whoever sent them here. But there is a chance if you want to check that. The second thing you noticed is that out of all of the files that you went through, no one was ever checked into room 13.
So room 13 has never had anyone checked into it. That seems interesting, and I don't know about you guys, but I want to know why.
Sure.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not like that one floor in the House of Embers, you know?
I'm going to take a stab in the dark with the Communion of Whispers.
I dispelled the dark.
I must take a stab in the light with the Communion of Whispers. So when I spend time in a place making note of its resident spirits and calling on the spirits of the land, I can be granted a vision of significance to me, my allies, and the spirits around me.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
So on a 10 plus, the vision will be clear and helpful to you.
Okay.
DM's discretion.
You have a vision. Room 13 is... You have a vision of yourself walking down the hall, a nearby hall that you just kind of could see from here. You walk in through room 13. You go to a special, or to the inside wall. You hit a special picture that was hung on the wall. By pressing in on it, you open a secret stairwell that leads you down to a basement area where certain patients were being tortured by Niano's son when he was here. And he had these magical bracelets, and they were connected to the patients around like their upper arms. And he was running tests on them with like nodes, and he was hooking them up to different types of vials and all sorts of weird stuff to test something out. And in your vision, he screams out, "It is a success!" And then he runs over and starts scribbling something into his journal. And as he says that, one of the doctors that was with him says, "What do you want us to do with this current patient?" And Niano's son, his last name is also Niano, so Niano Jr. says, "Oh, we don't need him anymore. Get rid of him." And then they slit the patient's throat. And just as that happens, you wake up.
Wow, bad juju. Guys, I have a bit of insight into room 13.
Yeah?
There's a passage that I can
get us to, I believe, leads downstairs to where the son of the guy that started this place that Bill told us about was doing very questionable things. Not a very good man. But we might find some interesting things downstairs.
Let's go take a look. Is the coat room on the way?
The coat room is on the way.
We'll stop at the coat room and poke around a little bit.
Okay. So you pop into the coat room, which is on the way, and what you find... Well, let's go ahead and do probably a wisdom roll for like survival to search stuff, right?
Yeah. 8.
8? Okay.
I almost gave you my intelligence. I almost said 11 again, but then I was like, oh, wait, no, wisdom.
Oh. I'll also look for stuff, but mostly clothing.
Let's look for hats.
Maybe. Vintage. Oh, 9.
9? Okay. So you find some nice clothes. Eddie, you find some old books that you deem to be worth quite a bit, like collector's books. Everything you find, though, just has a monetary value. There's no magic items that are in this room.
Are the books, useful? Could I add them to my bag of books to get a charge back?
I would say roll 1d4. Or, yeah. You just need 1 charge back?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, for sure. You can get that one back.
Yeah, we'll do that with them.
All right.
Cool.
Eddie's bag of books has nothing but flip books.
It's got some pop-ups.
They're just all...
They've all got doodles in the corners.
And then what?
And then we'll head on down to room 13.
Okay.
Yep.
Uorag,
Still eyeballing them phantoms, but...
Yeah. All right.
So
Nothing's happened so far with the phantoms.
I'll enter room 13.
Okay. You enter room 13, and...
Does it look just like it did in the vision?
100%.
Okay.
Nothing's changed.
So I will go to the picture.
Yep.
And fiddle with it accordingly.
Yep.
Without warning, he just fucks with it.
Yeah. I didn't say anything about that part of it.
It's a portrait of some unknown guy, but you just have to pick his nose.
Yeah. Fair.
A hole right where the nostril is, you just push in and
I just stick my
the
finger right through the nose part.
That seems unnecessary.
So does the access door...
It does, yep. It does, yep.
Cool. This leads downstairs, guys.
Is it like a spiral staircase with torches every 15 feet or so?
Absolutely.
Like dun, 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 dun. Nothing? Tales from the Crypt? Nothing?
I liked that show.
Yeah.
I really love the opening sequences.
I couldn't remember. I didn't recognize the music, though.
I was
Crypt
thinking
Keeper was
Gargamel
great.
from Smurfs.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Crypt Keeper was the babysitter of the 80s.
Yeah.
It's worth watching, Jess.
It is. I wonder how well it holds up.
It's still cheesy and awful.
Yeah.
It was
holds
cheesy
up
when it was
exactly
on
the same.
there.
Yeah. It was like Tales to Tell in the Dark for older kids.
Yeah.
That was what the younger one was like, right? Where they threw the
scary stories.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Are you afraid of the dark?
Yeah.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was the book series.
Yeah. Are you afraid of the dark? Yeah. Where they threw the magic dust on and the fire. Yeah. Anyway, so
Move
you
along.
go downstairs.
I present for your consideration.
And you guys remember Erie, Indiana?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a great one. All right, so you get down to the bottom and you find the laboratory just how it was, only you find a couple skeletons in beds, still kind of hooked up to different things. And you find some crates and stuff that are busted open and some journals that are on desks.
Okay. Bill or Eddie, you might be interested in those journals. And after I point those journals out, I'm going to look around for any of those armbands that I saw.
Okay.
Like the manacles or whatever they were.
Yeah. So you find a couple manacles, but they are not quite what matches what you saw in your vision. The ones that you saw in your vision were quite clearly magical. They had been infused by some magic properties. And these ones are just mundane. You see maybe 6 or 7 that are there kind of strewn about. And you also see some of the crates and stuff had little holders, like little pieces of like wood that have been carved to hold bracelets. And all of these little containers are empty. So it looks like someone has looted them.
Somebody cleared out all the magical manacles.
Yep. And do you other two want to look at the books?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Dig through the journals.
All right. Make intelligence rolls to see if you can find something.
12.
Really?
Jeez.
That's 9 on the dice.
7.
Okay, so you're kind of going through them. Bill, you really don't find anything too wild, but Eddie, you find the aha recipe that was discovered by Niano Jr. And it is a way to infuse magic items using someone's blood. And specifically, by casting a spell on them, on the person, when a person rejects that their body rejects the spell automatically. It's like they've got counterspell in their blood altogether. At the time that you activate that and it counterspells it, if they're wearing one of these bracelets that can be infused, it takes that power. And what they were using it for was a type of hit points, like a curing hit points. So each one of the bracelets that they infused had 7 hit points on it and could store 1 spell. So it was kind of a way to beef up your own constitution as well as gain access to other schools of magic that you could not cast.
But also pretty fucking evil.
Yes, very evil. And it only worked on specific people. That's why he was testing it, because these people that couldn't be healed also were pretty much just immune to magic. Innately. Their body rejected it. And so you needed to you couldn't just do this same, experiment on anyone. You'd have to find somebody who innately does not accept magic.
Is there any chemical X?
No, there's no chemical X.
Dang. All right. Just checking out you said there's some skeletons with stuff still hooked up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have those armbands on?
They do not. No.
And the stuff hooked up to them, is it like magical stuff or just kind of lab equipment type stuff?
It is turned off right now. The only thing that's lighting this room is one magic light sconce that's there, one wizard sconce.
Is there a big switch somewhere?
Yeah, there is. There's a switch on each one of the... there's 4 different beds on here. Only 2 of them are occupied by skeletons, and there is a switch on each bed.
I'm going to cast light on the nearest switch.
Okay.
Why'd you roll dice? It was a 11 for the spellcast. So
okay, so you cast light on one of the switches. It lights up, and you get a better view of the room now.
Yeah. Are there skeletons? You said there's 4 beds?
Yep.
With switches, there's skeletons, all 4 of them?
There's 2 skeletons there's 1 skeleton on 2 beds, so
like half of it on one and half on the... No.
God damn it.
All right, I'm going to go to one of the beds without a skeleton. You guys ready?
No.
Me neither.
Pull the switch!
I'm going to flip the switch.
Okay, you flip the switch. And it is magic. Magic starts coursing through these wires and nodes, and they are shooting out little bursts of magic energy toward the bed, but there is nothing to connect it. There's no... Yeah.
All right, so I think I get what these do. I'm going to flip the switch back off.
Okay.
These are blood magic. Essentially. These beds torture people to death and use the life force of that dead person to imbue artifacts, to imbue magic items with the ability to store a spell and maybe a little bit of extra constitution, but it's gross stuff. I don't like it here. Let's get out of here. I don't think there's anything in this place that we're gonna want.
Okay. If we took down the walls in the courtyard, would that give these spirits some rest?
I'm not sure. I want to go take a look at that garden where they were all kind of milling about outside, or where they were the thickest anyway, and see if we can figure out what's causing that. But I definitely want to try to set these things free. I don't know if they're really sapient or if they're just echoes, but maybe we can find more out. I want to take a good look at the phantoms and see. Can I tell, are they just echoes or are they spirits?
You would assume that if they were full spirits that they would interact with you, but you're not exactly sure. Like, if they were full spirits without a containment spell, then they would definitely interact with you. But you don't know if the containment spell is maybe limiting them as to what they can see and what they can experience. There's a possibility that they are full spirits still, but that you're just not within their purview until something interrupts that containment spell. Or they could be echoes. So that's kind of the vibe you get with your arcane knowledge. And I probably should have made you roll for that. I'm so bad at this game.
We're wearing him down, guys.
Yeah, let's head back outside and see what we could see out in that garden area there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back up that spiral staircase and well,
would my affinity for the spirit world give me any inclinations as to, the how or why of what they are?
I mean, probably no more than what you already know, that they're trapped here. You're not sure why they're trapped here, but somebody specifically carved those runes to keep these in here. So they're not ghosts that are staying here because of their horrible death. It seems like those runes were carved, then they died.
So they're just someone stuck here.
Yeah, someone is holding them here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a roll. We'll see if your magic inclination can help you. There is one little piece of information I haven't given yet that...
Oh, hell yeah. 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, so the switch that Eddie just turned on is powered by magic energy of some sort. It was a magical energy, and it's drawing on the different life forces that were here. So you can say it's safe to assume that the containment spell was built so that he could power his machines.
So these spirits are just leftover batteries. Gorbachev, tear down that wall.
Yep, I'm going to turn that switch back off. All right. Let's go break a wall.
Our heroes will return after these messages. Hey there, it's Nico again. If you'd like to skip the ads next time, as well as support our show, you should check out our Patreon. All levels get ad-free listening, where you get to skip all the commercials, and then there are a bunch of other features, depending on what tier you go with. Check out the link at www.afoolsquest.com. And now that the commercials are out of the way, it's time to dive back into the foolishness. All right, so you guys head back up, you head out. As you're walking through the hall, one of the spirits materializes right in front of you, like directly in front of you, and then you all stop immediately because it's, startling. And then it continues to walk to the side and go look out the window, and it smiles like while it's looking out. It's definitely a patient. They're wearing patient outfit gear stuff. And then you continue on your way out, and Uorag, give me one more wisdom roll as the 5 of you make it towards the gardens. 11. You notice one of the doctors that's walking out there is Niano Jr.
Junior.
The mad scientist. He's standing over one of the patients who's playing with some flowers. Like, she appears to be digging up the, planting some flowers, like making them look pretty and stuff.
I wonder if he got caught in his own trap. It's poetic justice.
So you saw him, and then what are you guys going to do?
Well, I'm still a hill giant, so I'm going to wreck some shit.
Okay. So you walk to one of the containment walls and go to town?
Find something to bait on it with.
Okay. All right. Make a strength. We'll make an attack, actually. 10. That'll hit. Yeah. How much
11
damage?
with the improved strength.
Oh, yeah. How much damage? 4? Okay. So that busts out some of the stones. You can tell there's the core of the stone where the rune is right there is a little firm still, but you like cracking all the stuff around it. Eddie, after you see that happen, you kind of get the feeling that if you cast Dispel at the same time that he hits it, you might be able to fully disrupt it.
I just happen to have Dispel prepared since we were coming to fight a wizard.
Handy.
Possibly. I'm going to do that.
All right.
That's a 10 on the cast.
7 to hit.
You guys hit. And how much damage for this second one?
10.
Okay, that's more than enough damage. So yeah, you guys blast it. And after a few moments, hundreds and hundreds of these specters start to appear all around you. And they're all looking at you. Just all of them staring at you. And then one of the doctors, not Niano Jr., just a different doctor, she looks over at you and she gets the craziest glint of hatred in her eyes as all of these specters can now see you. And the patient specters all are grinning happily and they start to fade away into the ether. And this angry female doctor blitzes forward at incredible speeds and slams directly into Uorag. You get possessed by the spirit. It spins you around in circles as it hits you, and you lose your bearings. And yeah, that is what you see. The rest of you see a second doctor spirit that is gearing up to come charging at one of you, but now you guys will be able to act. And then you see Niano Jr., who sees these other specters starting to disappear. He pulls out a blade and just starts going and trying to cut into them with this phantom blade. He's got like a magic energy. He's just slicing. So that's what you guys see. What do you want to do?
I want to cast a spell on Uorag and try to knock that specter out of him.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to try. Nat 12.
Damn.
I've been loving the Dispel. And that's a 10 the second time. There's a 7 on the dice the second time.
A nat 12
you crit.
is literally the only way I was going to let that happen.
Does that charge your finger of death?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh, you're not using it. You were using...
I was using the wand, twin spell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. You swapped it out.
Yeah. But I knocked the specter out, right?
Yeah, you knocked the specter
Hell
clean
yeah.
out. And for a brief moment, she becomes corporeal.
Oh,
And
shit.
I hill giant stomped the fuck out of her.
All right, make your attack.
So hard. Uorag, jog her memory.
9 to hit.
9 hits, yep.
4 damage.
4 damage. That's not going to be enough to do it, but that would be about half of her health. And what do the rest of you do? That's Uorag and Eddie.
I'm gonna tell Adira. I bet your axe could cut a ghost. And I'm gonna double the damage I'm saying before I roll.
Okay.
I'm kidding. It's a 13.
13? Okay. So double the damage.
Yeah.
And Adira, it's your turn.
What's the extra?
I'm just trying to.
2d4.
She's like alive now, kind of.
Yep. She's a physical entity
Solid
for a
enough
moment.
she can get whooped.
Okay. Yikes. Nat 2.
Roll it again.
Fuck.
She tripped on her golden feet.
The weight throwing her off.
Natural 5.
Okay.
So yeah, it would have been a 5 to hit the first time.
Yep. So that's a miss.
Whiff right over your
Thank
head.
God I have armor.
Yeah. So you are going to charge in and take a full swing. With only the crit miss, I'm just going to say you just flat out miss everything. And you stumble as just as you go to hit her, she becomes incorporeal again. And your axe goes right through her and you stumble to the ground, losing your balance.
You missed me, bitch.
And I guess Hobbs is going to use his axe to swing at the one doctor that... Nope, he's going to draw his axe and move into a defensive position.
And wave with it.
Yeah, he's going to wave it.
He's going to try to reflect the sunlight off the blade into their eyes.
And now the bad guy's turn. So the incorporeal one that got injured, she's going to reach up with an icy hand and grab Uorag. That is a hit.
And I have a feeling this is going to completely bypass armor.
Yep, it does. And that is 6 points of damage.
Psychic.
Yep. And then the other one, the other regular doctor, he's going to charge forward and try to inhabit Bill. And that is a 3. So he zips towards you and you dive out of the way just fine. And then the doctor with the knife is going to move toward Eddie. And that is a hit. For 3 points of damage as it slashes at you with its magical ghostly dagger thing.
That also ignores armor.
Yep. I mean, well, do you have mage armor up?
Yeah, I have mage armor.
Okay, so mage armor it will not ignore.
Oh, okay.
Physical armor it will. But magic armor it will not. And it is back to Eddie.
I am going to magic missile the injured one.
Okay.
You could twin it.
I can twin it. I'm using that wand. Yeah, I'm going to magic missile the injured one and the one that's attacking Bill, not the one with the knife.
Okay.
It's a 7-8 to hit.
8 to hit, hits.
And then I will draw attention.
Okay.
So for the injured one, we're going to do 6 damage.
Okay.
And for the other one, it's 4.
Okay. So the injured one, she dies.
Again.
3 dies. She comes back to life.
And then the one that you hit for 4 hit points becomes corporeal for a moment.
Nice.
And it is Uorag's turn.
Given the size of my strides, can I make it over to that one
Yeah.
fairly quickly?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Stomp.
9 to hit.
That hits.
Come on. Really?
4.
4 damage is enough to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. They only have those two only had 8 health. But it's going to hit you back.
Okay.
For 6 points of damage.
Oh, shit.
And Bill.
Uorag, you're so dodgy as a giant. Crazy. Seems like it'd be easy to hit you. Crazy. I'm gonna double healing.
Since the only one bad guy
10.
left isn't hurt. Thinking.
I thought Uorag just kind of got his ass beat, but
Yeah, there's that too.
So Uorag, you get the normal amount of damage, but you also get healed 20-ish hit points.
20-ish.
20-ish. I think he's fine.
Yeah.
Back to full.
I would say 20, but I assume he can't take that many.
I was at half of my normal, and that put me back to full.
I figure.
Adira. You got to get up.
Do I gotta do something to get up?
No, you just have to stand up. You're just, yeah. You could stand up
Does she
and
have
make.
a barbarian move for that?
I don't think so.
Tiny little kick thing from here back up.
The feral
It's just the
killer.
one doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
One guy left.
Right next to Eddie.
Throw your axe at him. It'll work out great.
Or a chunk of the wall.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit it if I can.
Yeah, you can make your way to it.
Just stand up and try to slice it. It's. You said it's like alive again now?
Nope.
No. Okay.
That was the one.
That's the one that Uorag just killed.
Oh. Well, 10 to hit anyway.
Okay. You slice right through it.
That's gonna kill it because I have so much.
Nope.
No?
You don't actually hit it. It slices through it as a ghost.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
You do
then-
no damage. So save your double damage roll for later.
Well, then I hit for nothing.
Fuck shit. Fuck me in the ass. Fuck you, you stupid cunt. Monkey licking. Fuck that.
And Hobbs is also going to hit for nothing. And now the bad guy's turn again, which Eddie called attention to himself, so he is going to try to possess Eddie. And I rolled a nat 2.
Oh my god!
Just the one.
So Eddie possesses him.
So he tries to possess Eddie, but for some reason gets caught up in the magic armor. And by touching that mage armor to try and get to Eddie fully becomes corporeal again. So he's physical now.
All right. It's my turn.
Yep.
I'm going to poke him in the eye.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to do. No, not really.
With my gun.
3 Stooges shit.
I think I'm just going to magic missile him again.
Okay.
2 to the head,
Not
point
going
blank.
the way I wanted.
2 to the head, point blank.
That is 7 on the dice
Okay.
and 7 on the damage.
Okay. Oh wait.
So that's 10 for the cast. My bad.
Okay.
Or 11, because that wand gives me +1 too. I don't twin it because I only got 1 charge left on that.
Okay.
But yeah, 7 damage.
All right. That hurts him quite a bit.
No,
He's-
that's not a 10. That's a 7 total. Yeah. I will draw the attention.
Okay. Uorag.
Okay. I'm going to, since I'm a hill giant,
Take a chunk of the broken wall and just throw the piece of wall at it.
Okay. Volley.
Yep. 8 to hit.
That hits. You're all out of wall.
5.
You have extra
Okay.
damage still.
Got it.
Oh, extra damage too?
Yeah,
Oh,
you had the
oh.
you had the small amount. I doubled the healing, but you would still get.
Oh,
Yeah, so 2d6.
46.
No, I didn't double
didn't
damage
double
for
Oh, you
him.
didn't
So
double it.
You
You get 46.
Oh, it's an extra 6.
you get a 46, and you get.
Okay. Bill.
How do you got hit, right?
Yeah, only a little.
Andy, it was really amazing how you didn't get hit even a little. Double healing. With a 9.
Oh no. Okay.
You just
14.
you just bleed that healing onto the ghost.
You sure did. Adira,
14.
your turn.
So my 1 hit point that you healed.
And you have 2d6 of
I have a feeling Adira is about to. It's
yeah,
not.
2d6.
I have a feeling Adira is going to take care of it regardless of the 9 hit points you just gave back to him.
Maybe. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a 14 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Alright, so let's
5d6.
see. Hold on.
46.
D10 plus 4 goes plus...
Carry the 2.
Oh yeah, 16 points of damage.
That will do it. That will do it. He had 14, and so that 16 takes
He
care
is
of
a
it.
ghost crater.
And no one even knows I healed him.
Nope.
But you get splattered with ghost guts.
Yeah.
Ectoplasm.
He slimed you.
All right.
I feel funky.
It's a little
Nice
sticky.
job, guys.
Brother E.
You freed all the trapped spirits and killed the maniac doctors.
Oh, yeah, we did.
All right. So head toward Cadron.
Yeah, I think we're...
Yeah, I think we've done enough damage here.
I'm so sad. He failed every one of the rolls to possess you guys. And it was one of the few times I would ever have to be able to use the fourth thing that my thing does, which is to just fix your brain when you have a problem. I have a special
he
but
actually
it didn't work.
Possessed Uorag.
Yeah, but it was gone by the time I got there.
Yeah.
I had some cool stuff set up for possession. And
I had one of the... There's 4 things my thing does.
We don't
And
take
2 of them
possession
never get
lightly.
used. One of them is just shake your head clear of an enchantment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I've
did
used
use
it on
that
Loki,
once.
and that's
you used it on the cannibalism.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I cured cannibalism?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, because there's that curse.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. I just
Delbert
remember
got a
doing it
little
to
nom
Used
Loki.
it
nom
on
nom.
Bali.
When Loki sucked us into the other realm, and I was like, nuh-uh.
Yeah.
And then
All right, so you guys head out of Niano's Asylum, and you head down this mountain. Like I said, it's a very sheer drop that goes toward Cadron, and it's heavily forested. So you are able to successfully make your way down there without drawing the attention of Magnus Devlin or his fireballs. You make it to the keep. I sent you guys a picture of the keep, and for those who are listening, you can find this picture this week in our Discord. But you have the front entrance to the keep, which you guys completely ignored, which had all of the traps, well, not traps, but like all of the defenses and all of the areas where Magnus could have been hurling fireballs at you. But as you can see, there is one stairwell that leads down to like the servants' entrance in the back of the tower of the keep that you guys have access to.
We're creeping in the back door.
You're creeping in the back door. So, anything you guys want to decide to do before you go that way, or you're just going to rush right to the back door and do it quickly so you're not seen?
So our objective here isn't necessarily to take out Magnus Devlin.
We just want his socks.
We just want to stop.
We just need to do a panty raid, basically, on his complex.
Panties or socks to you? Are you using socks for the same thing I use socks for?
I don't know. Are you familiar with Red Hot Chili Peppers?
It's Revenge of the Nerds, same concept. We're just after socks.
I would like to point out that we're doing quite a bit of work to appease a man who let something eat its way through my stomach.
Wait.
Isn't that how he cured me? As he put something on me and it chewed into me?
Yeah.
And I still have laser eyes.
You wanted to keep the laser eyes.
I did, but that's not the point right now, and they didn't remember it.
You just wanted to stop shitting yourself.
It's true.
Back and
You're not
forth
doing
forever.
that anymore.
Yeah,
Not that you know of.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Best help with that?
probably.
Every outfit I roll has a funnel in the back. Just a tube out the pant leg, and you just shake it loose as you go.
Jesus Christ.
You're welcome.
What are we doing?
Oh,
Well, I could make 2 of us invisible. I have one last twin spell left here.
I can probably turn into something stealthy.
So that leave 2 of us. I think we should just hurry. We'll try to be as...
Hobbs is already stealthy.
Hobbs is pretty stealthy. I mean, I guess I probably won't need a twin spell any other time. Yeah, I'll turn me and, I don't know, Adira or Bill. Which one of you wants to be invisible?
I kind of think turn Adira invisible, because I might be able to distract him by talking,
For sure.
because I can't.
Sorry.
I'm gonna wait till he turns her invisible, and then I'm gonna throw flour on her.
Summon a twin spell, turn me and Adira invisible.
Okay.
14. And then I am going to put that wand away because it is out of charges now.
Dice are hot.
Okay.
Get that rod back up. They really are.
You want to smoke a cigarette before we go?
I'm going to light one before we go in.
All them fireballs, he's not going to smell the smoke.
All right. So what are you shape-shifting into?
Probably go cat mode.
Oof. And that is 13 for Hobbs to go stealth.
It's a 9 for the shapeshift.
Okay. So 1 move plus your D4. Okay. So 5 moves.
Okay.
Yep. Try to be sneaky.
Secure those damn symbols.
Dun dun dun. Every stair.
Make your stealth roll. Cusco.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's dexterity, right?
Yep.
You sure it's not charisma? So this is 7.
Big, dumb, and tone deaf.
Okay.
7.
So you guys all rush in?
Fools rush in. That's the song.
Only fools rush.
It's one of my
Naming
favorites.
this episode "Fools Russian," but like
Russian fools.
the nationality.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
What are we doing? All right.
Yeah, we're going.
I mean, we're not
All right.
that tactical shit.
Yeah, so you guys all rush in. Everybody does really well except for Bill. But you get to the servants' entrance in the back way in without notice, or without apparent notice. You guys don't know that anyone has noticed you.
Without a big fireball coming out of the tower at us.
Yeah, you are not incinerated. So
That's a plus.
that is a plus.
So far, so good.
Yep. Who's
We're in.
going first?
I'll go first.
Okay. So you open the door?
Yeah, I'll open it for him since he's a cat.
Oh yeah, he is a cat. No thumbs.
I'll open the door.
Okay, so you open the door. The trap triggers. Everyone needs to make a Constitution save of 10.
I refuse.
I only make Constitution saves of 11.
I only make them of 5.
14. 14? Oh. Ooh. That's
10.
an 11 on the dice for Hobbs. 10? Damn, okay. All right.
Just me.
So everybody but Eddie, who opened the door. So that
that's
makes
why.
sense. So you take the brunt of this, and this is a curse trap.
Oh.
So the trap springs, and it shoots this dusty, awful substance at you, and you inhale it, and the curse fills your lungs, and for the next 2 days, you cough once every 60 seconds. A horrible, wheezing hack of a cough. Wet and phlegmy.
Fucker gave you emphysema.
And when you breathe, you get that little raspy feeling in your throat, like you need to clear your throat, like that phlegmy feeling, but you can never get it out of there.
I'll tell you, that's really fucking annoying.
Is it dispellable?
It's a curse.
It's a curse.
Dear abjuration goals.
It's not magic.
Deep abjuration.
Where's Percy when we need him?
All right.
So stealth might be a little bit more difficult. Thank you for that, Eddie.
You're
What it sounds
welcome.
like.
Mike's clipping that for the next 3 episodes. Just randomly insert it.
Every 60
seconds.
So let's drag this out as long as possible.
Remember how our first 9 episodes only encompassed a day?
Yeah.
In the
And
cafeteria.
3 trips to the cafeteria. Yeah.
All right. Well, Uorag. You gotta go in there and take a look?
Yeah. What's with the cough, Eddie?
I think I got a cold.
Inhaled something.
So I'll go in and start sniffing around, see if I can pick up a scent.
Yeah, you do get a scent. Actually, the scent is good. You can smell some fresh bread baking, maybe a stew, as it smells like. Potatoes and scallions and maybe some fish. Yeah.
Maybe some fish. I bet it's grouper.
What about like old people smell?
Or waffles?
I mean, not the smell of the food is overpowering anything else.
Well, I know where the kitchen is, guys.
Good, I need a sandwich.
So you follow through the servants' tunnel, which takes you through the back hallway. It's a tight tunnel, but it's really designed for 2 servants to be next to each other, and that's about it. And everybody else to be able to do their thing. And it does pop you right out into the kitchen. The kitchen does not appear to have a lot of food here, but there is one big pot just to cook in on coals of some kind of stew, and there is a fresh loaf of bread being cooked in above those same coals.
But does the kitchen look like it's regularly used then? Like people are in and out often?
I wouldn't say. I mean, it looks like it is regularly used for 1 or 2 specific sections. Okay. And then the rest of it's like dishes and stuff is all piled up and...
Just a magic stew that never diminishes.
I'm gonna go...
Is it?
I'm gonna get some stew.
All right.
Wait. Let's get it first in case you cough on it.
We'll just be contaminated forever.
Should try some stew, Eddie, and clear your throat.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a bowl of stew.
Okay. You grab a bowl of stew. You eat it?
Yep.
Are you missing any hit points? Okay.
You are now.
Weird.
Wanna bet?
Make a roll.
I also eat some stew, but also was not missing hit points because it healed my hit point I was missing.
I sure did.
And then some.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Everybody's eating stew.
It's pretty good stew. Could use some mayonnaise.
Some mayonnaise.
Hobbs will eat it.
I'm gonna stay away from the kitchen food. I'll eat a Hot Pocket.
That's fair.
Okay.
Just in case. Wait, Eddie and Bill ate the stew?
Does it seem like it's gone down?
Yeah, everybody that's eating the stew is fine.
It's delicious stew. All right, let's move on from the kitchen. Let's
Yeah.
Okay, so you move through the rest of the kitchen. Like I said, a lot of it's covered in dust and filth and grime, except for the areas that are primarily used for cooking the stew and bread. Attached to the kitchen is a feast hall, and there are no lights in the feast hall.
I'm gonna cast light.
Okay.
Trying to be stealthy and you're gonna light up an entire room?
I mean, I keep coughing. I don't think stealth's the option anymore. At least we got in without getting immolated.
You're invisible anyway. Light doesn't help see you.
Yeah. I'll cast it on myself. I'm just gonna cast light on a spoon or something and toss it in there.
Okay.
That spoon is
that's
too bright.
8, so I will forget that spell.
Okay. So you cast light, toss it in there to light up the chamber, and you see hanging from the ceiling of the feast hall are these 2 weird-looking wooden catapult trigger things that seem to they almost seem like they're clockwork, but they're made of wood, not metal gears, like wooden clockwork gears. And they're painted gray to kind of match the ceiling of the stone ceiling of the feast hall. But you can see them up there, and they are just kind of spinning around slowly in circles. Yeah. And here's a good place to take a break.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest.
You guys want to hear real quick about what would have happened after you got possessed?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the reason when it possessed you,
Wait. Record.
I'm recording.
Oh, okay.
The reason that it spun you around, Mike, when it possessed you, is because everyone was going to become a specter to you, and they were all going to attack you, and if you defended yourself or attacked, I was going to make you do that. I was going to roll a d6,
see which one
of your allies, or possibly the bad guy, you hit.
Spiffy.
So the idea was, and then if they wanted to get the ghost out, the specter out of you, they needed to take you down to half health. And they never had to fully kill you, but they always had to take you down to half health. And while the specter was inside you, you took 2 damage every turn. So the idea was, if they kicked it out of you and it repossessed you, they'd have to get half your health again. Meanwhile, you're taking 2 damage every round. So it was supposed to be a challenging fight for you people with insane amounts of armor. But then you just counterspelled it. And then, yeah. Oh, and the only way to make them physical was to hit them with a magic attack of some sort. So, which really, yeah, Eddie's the only one that does.
And then twinned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fight did not go nearly like I thought it would.
You were the only one that had the possibility of making the corporeal, and you did 2 in one turn without knowing. And then the third one in the same turn, I guess, because he hit you. And bounced off your...
Yeah.
He bounced off your mage armor.
Yeah, it was a crit fail.
Yeah.
It was just very disappointing. Oh, Tony, fix your thing.